Hi fans, and welcome to this Week 7 edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Last Friday night, the Wolverines traveled to Canonsburg and beat the Big Macs 49-7. This week, the Wolverines will host West Allegheny in a battle of the top teams in Quad A and Triple A. It will also be homecoming at the Wolverina. We're going to sit down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak to talk about this week's game against West A, look back to last week's game against Canon-Mac, and we'll also let you see highlights of last Friday's game. All of that and more on the pregame show here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
He'll hand off. Hicks running right, turns the corner inside of the 40. He'll be brought down inside of the 35-yard line. It's a Woodland Hills first down. Cooper hands off to Shaw. He'll stutter step left 2 times, slides through a tackler, slides through another tackle inside of the 25, and he's brought down close to the first down marker. Cooper drops back, looks right the whole way. He'll throw it into the flats on that far sideline. It's completed, and it's Hoots sidestepping 2 tacklers around the 5-yard line, and he will cross the goal line for a Woodland Hills touchdown. Now the quarterback back deep. He will throw a pass into the flats, intercepted by Woodland Hills' Dana Wilson-Adams with his second interception in as many weeks. Cooper's going to hand off. It's Shaw running right. Turns the corner inside of the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, sidesteps a man at the 7-yard line, and into the end zone goes Joel Shaw with a 35-yard TD. Smith gets this knuckling punt out to the 50-yard line where it's caught by Caraway. Down the far sideline he'll go. He bursts free 35, and he'll be tripped up as he approaches the 31-yard line. Cooper throws wide open at the 10-yard line, is the receiver, and into the end zone goes Jermaine Wynn for the second passing touchdown of the game for Deron Cooper. Off of play action, an ace, straight drop back. He'll throw it down the middle. He has a receiver out there, and that pass is completed to Ahmad Morris Walker, who slides through the hands of a Wolverine tackler, and Canon-Mac takes advantage of the turnover on downs. End-over-end kick will be returned by Woodland Hills at the 25. It's Derek Caraway running left to right. He'll cross the 35, the 40, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 25, and he will be spun down inside of the 25. Stephen Pule on the touchdown pass of 20 yards from Deron Cooper. As Inez throws it down the left side, and the ball batted at the last second by Derek Caraway. He'll look to the near side left. The pass is batted down, incomplete. Retreating was Saeed Hold. Handoff. Joel Shaw breaking left, sidestepping a Big Mac into open territory. Shaw to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, and he'll be forced out of bounds around the 37-yard line. Cooper, he'll keep it, running to his left-hand side, has some room inside of the 30, the 25, still on his feet to the 20-yard line, and finally out of bounds. Deron Cooper, he was pressured, and as he tried to run to the near side, the ball came loose, and Canon-Mac will come out of there with it, and Woodland Hills turns it over for the first time today. Inez in the shotgun, running right, throwing right, and it is batted around. Do the Wolverines come out of there with the interception? They do. It's Damon Johnson with the takeaway, and Woodland Hills takes it right back from the Big Macs. Handoff to Shaw. He spins his way free to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, crossing the goal line. Joel Shaw with a 48-yard touchdown, and Woodland Hills on top, 35-7. The football at their own 22. Inez pressured, wrapped, sacked by Joel Shaw. The big fella does about everything. Cooper, straight drop back. Steps forward. He's got the first down if he runs. Picks up a nice block by Shaw. Cooper running to the far side, inside of the 30. The 25, he dances to the 20, and he'll be brought down around the 15-yard line. Handoff, Shaw. He's got the first down, and he's got the touchdown. A 6-yard TD for the Wolverines, and Woodland Hills has opened up a 41-7 advantage. Inez looking left, throwing left. The pass intercepted. It's Derek Caraway with the pick. He's got a convoy in front of him. Cutting left and back to the right-hand side. Now sliding through a tackle, spinning his way to the 45-yard line. Here comes Derek Caraway, cutting to the near boundary. A stiff arm inside of the 40, and finally brought down inside of the 35-yard line at the 33. What a great return by Derek Caraway, and that's his second big play with the ball in his hands today. Straight drop back for Robinson. He's got time. He's going to step up and run now. Inside of the 20, tucks the football away. Inside of the 10, inside of the 5, and he'll be brought down around the 2-yard line. Hicks runs right, turns the corner, into the end zone. He will go, and Woodland Hills extends their lead to 48-7 on the 4-yard touchdown run for Peyton Hicks. Out of the hard count, hands off. Reese has a hole over the left side. He's inside of the 40, and he'll be brought down. The ball comes loose, and the Wolverines recover the football as Ellsworth Reese fumbled it away.
It's homecoming at the Wolverina this Friday night. The number 1 team in AAA will come to Turtle Creek for a rematch of the best regular season game of 2014. The top-ranked team in Quad A looks to avenge last season's overtime loss in Imperial, and we want to see you there. Get your tickets at the Woodland Hills Athletic Office ticket window today through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and on Friday from 8 to 1. Tickets are also available on Friday night at the Wolverina box office. Woodland Hills, West Allegheny, at the Wolverina. Be there. Hi again, fans, and welcome to this Week 7 edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Adam Gusky here, sitting down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak. And Coach Novak, before we talk about this week's homecoming match against West Allegheny, let's take a look back to last Friday's victory on the road at Canon-Mac, a big win against a Southeastern Conference opponent.
Yeah, anytime you have a conference game, you know, it's a big game. We approach every game the same, so we worked real hard last week. We had a couple objectives going into the game, and that was to throw the ball a little bit more for Duran, get him used to throwing more in the game, and I thought we were very successful with that. You know, Canon-Mac has a young program now with a new coach. He was at Cal University for a few years, and he's doing a nice job. He has some very good athletes, and they're young, and they're working hard. And, you know, I'm sure he'll turn that program around, but our boys went down there ready to play, you know. They played hard defensively and offensively. They had some good athletes, you know. They got on the board with a deep pass, and the kid was a really, really good athlete, a lot of speed, and the quarterback's a senior. He threw the ball real well. So I thought it was a good contest for our boys. But, you know, I was real happy with Duran and our receivers and our offensive line, and our running backs too. They had good days too.
You talk about Duran and the wide receivers. What I thought was encouraging is Jamon Dunn wasn't in the lineup, and Cooper was able to find a handful of other receivers.
Yeah, he spread the ball around real well. You know, he hit Mac Hoots for a touchdown. He hit Steve Pule for a touchdown. Then he hit Jermaine Wynn for a touchdown, 3 touchdown passes. He looked more comfortable in the pocket, and you know, he's reading his keys, hitting the open person, and real happy with his progression. You know, this being his first year starting in the 6th game, he's really starting to come around.
Joe Elshaw continues to roll in Miles Sanders' absence, and he looked very, very good against Canon-Mac, over 150 yards yet again.
Yeah, he had a good day. You know, we don't want to overwork him down there once we had to leave, but, you know, he had 3 touchdown runs, and, you know, I think he had one other one that was called back. And Peyton Hicks had another touchdown. He did a nice job running the football. It's a shame Amir Cobbs had a nice touchdown run. They got a call back with a penalty, which was a close call, but that was towards the end of the game, and the officials were calling a lot of penalties. The whole thing was down.
Sticking with Joe Elshaw for just a minute, over the weekend he committed to Western Michigan, so yet another Division I recruit out of this Wolverines team.
Joel had a lot of different offers from a lot of different schools. He wants to be a running back in college. Western Michigan has a big running back now that's very good, and he feels that he could fill his shoes and continue that tradition up there at Western Michigan. He loved the school, loved the facilities, and they really like him a lot. One of their assistant coaches, Mike Hart, played at Michigan with Stevie B, so they kind of know each other, and so he wanted to go where he was wanted the most, and I think that was the place.
Coach, let's talk about this game against West Allegheny, and before we talk specifically about the Indians, first of all, talk about the rematch against a team that you battled so hard with a season ago.
Yeah, we've watched that tape several times over the year, and then, of course, last weekend we watched it to prepare our game plan, and, they're a very well-coached team. Bobby Pelko is a great coach. He has some great players. He has a lot of speed. I don't think they have as good a quarterback. The running backs are great. They got two great running backs, and they go wildcat a lot. They have some good athletes out there. He uses his personnel very well. And where they really stand out is defensively. They're a very good defensive team. They gave us a hard time last year. So, we're trying to work on things that we think will be successful this year against them.
Talk about the atmosphere you expect around this football game. Obviously, it's homecoming here at the Wolverines, and last season that was the most well-attended game for both teams. You think that'll be the case again this year?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting game. I think a lot of people want to come. It's on Root Sports. That's always makes it exciting, and it is homecoming. And right now you got two teams that are ranked very high playing each other in Class Quad A and Triple A. So I think it'll definitely be a big game this weekend.
Coach, we always take the opportunity to talk about alumni, and we usually talk about guys that are still playing football. Let's talk about some of the former Wolverines that are coaches on your staff. It's amazing to me, ranging all the way from Joe Samsa, who played in the early days of Woodland Hills, all the way to the more recent players like Anthony Rickard. So many former Wolverines on your staff.
Oh yeah, they keep me young. We got quite a wide range of coaches. Probably half of the coaches are on the staff, half are volunteers, half are paid, but they don't care. They're all treated the same. Of course, they know me and how I've grown, and some of them say, "Coach, you're getting soft." I said, "No, 29 years, things have changed as far as how you gotta do things, and we've changed a lot over the years, offensively, defensively, the way we handle situations, but." Deep down inside, I'm the same guy, I think. But we got some great kids. I'm real proud of them, and proud of the kids out there, that are playing in college or coaching or raising families that went to college. All the guys that played at Woodland Hills. So I'm proud of all those alumni. Yeah, I couldn't count them all, how many there are. They all contact me here and there over the years. It's kind of neat.
Let's talk specifically about some of the coaches here on the staff. You've got so many that are so heavily involved that really make this Woodland Hills team roll year in and year out.
Oh yeah, you got to start with Kevin Murray, our principal. He's the assistant head coach, and he and I do a lot of, work off the field together as coach and assistant, and as principal and athletic director. And, he's very good for the school district. He's done a great job, and he's our leader at the high school. Up there he's my boss. Down here I'm his boss. But we became good friends over the years. My right-hand man, Timmy Bostard, I can't say enough about him. Tim played with you on that first championship team, and he's just very knowledgeable in football. He's a very good football coach, and very successful. Lives in Turtle Creek with his wife, who's a Woodland Hills girl. They have two children. She's a teacher at the high school. He's the assistant athletic director. Just a wonderful family, but as far as football, he does a great job for us. Joe Samso, he's the owner of Fox's Pizza now in Turtle Creek. He knows inside out what we do defensively, and he knows the program and the system. I think those things keep the program going, because so many guys. Stevie B's volunteered to help out a little bit with receivers this year, and he's done a great job. Khalid Johnson, his mom's on the school board, played on our championship team with you, and he's doing a great job for us. Michael Breston, he coached with the 9th grade program, and he went over to Still Valley, and he came back, and he's helping us out on the varsity level with the defensive lines. Noah Taylor, he's been coaching a couple years with the defensive line with Coach Carter. He played here. His brother Jason was one of the most famous athletes we ever had, but he does a great job. And Scotty Henderson, he was our kicker with you, and he went to Bethany College and he had a great career down there. And the last 15 years he's been coaching, helping us coach with our kickers, and he does a great job. Meatball Rickard, he's been with us the last 2 years on the 9th grade program. He comes up and he's just sucking in all the knowledge he can at our practices and that, so he could work his way up and be a better coach. And he's a big part of the program too. They're all very helpful. They really help out a lot, and they do a lot of things behind the scenes that need done. And the most important thing, they work well with the kids. They're very good at counseling the kids, helping them sometimes out of things that they need help with, or just little favors, or show them the right thing to do, or teach them the right direction to go in life.
Coach, thanks a lot for your time. Good luck this week against the Indians.
Thank you, Adam. It's going to be a great game. Should be a big crowd. Hopefully the weather's nice. And, Bob Kelko is a great coach. And, I put him up there with Coach Render from Upper St. Clair as far as X's and O's and things like that. And he works with his program second to none in the country. So it'll be a great game. Last but not least, I just want to say good night to Aiden, Ava, and Max, my 3 grandchildren.
Again, Coach, thanks a lot for your time, and good luck this week against the Indians. And we'll talk to you again next week as you take on Mount Lebanon here at the Wolverina. We're going to step away, and when we return, it'll be more of the pregame show right after this here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
We are the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Since 1987, we've been a part of some of the most electrifying football games in Western Pennsylvania, and we've established a national reputation of excellence. Whether you're a former player, a Woody High alum, a parent, or a fan, you're part of our Wolverine family. And now you can join us by becoming a part of our new booster club, the Wolverine Nation. Visit WHFBA.org and see how your donation can help our student athletes while earning you unique benefits. We're more than just a booster club. We are the Wolverine Nation.
Hi, Wolverine fans. I'm Eric Schuley, and welcome to Week 7 of the Wolverine Watch. The field hockey squad travels to Mount Lebanon to take on the Blue Devils for a Saturday morning matchup at 10 o'clock. Then they're back home to challenge the Upper St. Clair Panthers on Monday at 7, followed by a trip to Peters Township to face the Indians on Thursday at 7 o'clock. JV football battles the West Allegheny Indians on the road on Saturday morning at 10. The boys' soccer team ends their season on Monday at 6 at North Hills. Girls volleyball host the Plum Mustangs on Tuesday at 5, and then they finish up at the Penn Hills Indians on Thursday at 7:30. That'll do it for Week 7 of the Wolverine Watch. We'll be back with more of the pregame show right after this. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, fans, let's see where the Wolverines stand in the Southeastern Conference. And now let's take a look at the MSA Sports WPIAL Quad A Top 10 rankings.
Again, fans, we thank you for joining us for this Week 7 edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. And if you can't make it to the Wolverina on Friday night, you can tune in live on our flagship radio station, AM 1550 WZUM, on the web at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com. Our radio broadcast can also be heard live and archived on msasports.net. You can tune in live on television on Monroeville Comcast Cable Channel 13, Penn Hills Comcast Cable Channel 98, Verizon Fios Channel 37, and on our YouTube channel. And as always, you can tune in to replays of Friday night's game on all of our television affiliates and on our YouTube channel. For everybody at the Woodland Hills Football Network, I'm Adam Gusky, and we'll talk to you again next week as the Wolverines take on Mount Lebanon.
This has been a presentation of the Woodland Hills Football Network. Watch us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and as always, visit us at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com.